What's up, buddy?
Yes, so you're new to the game,
I am indeed. Third time playing.
and you would call yourself a noob, I
Oh,
guess?
for sure.
Okay, okay. Alright, so I guess
I mean, I've played some.
we're gonna try to ride it out.
I've played a couple real-time strategy games, but this one in particular, I am a noob.
Okay, alright. Well, I am not a noob, and I'm here to help. So,
Thank God.
I guess, I saw you playing earlier, and definitely could just use a little tip or two.
Of
So,
course.
we'll start off with resources, the
Any
good old resources.
any tips are always good tips.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So when it comes to resources, right when you start the game off, you're gonna have 3 villagers,
Right.
right?
Right.
You're gonna have 1 scout,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
And you're usually gonna have some herdable animals nearby.
Yeah, I've got quite a few
In
sheep.
this case, it's sheep. Yes. So basically, the first thing you're gonna want to do right when you enter the game is you're gonna want to click your town center and get an extra villager going.
Okay.
And you're going to take your current villagers and you're going to bring the sheep to your town center and basically
I can't move my sheep.
if the thing with sheep is in the herdable animals is when you walk close to them, their collar will change the color of your team.
Ah.
And once that happens, you have full control of them and you can herd them back. The closer they are to your town center or your mill, the easier your villagers are going to have when they harvest the meat from them. So when it comes to food, there's multiple ways of getting this. The way I told you how to start is the herdable animals. Is in the map. You're going to find them here and there. It's a non-sustainable source of food. You cannot live off those for the entire game.
Right.
So when you see herdable animals, if you can get them back to your base, great. Um, and you know, there's also turkeys instead of sheep on some maps. It's like turkeys, and then some other maps it's cows and shit. So
Okay.
that's that. Another source of food is berry bushes. Berry bushes are kind of rare. There's not a lot of them, but they're also non-sustainable. They non-renewable resource. You use your berry bushes, you use that food. You're out of those. You're out of that food.
Right. Same thing
Um,
with sheep. You kill the sheep,
yes,
you can't grow another sheep.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Now, when it comes to the berry bushes, which you have some berry bushes next to you, they're kind of hidden behind the trees there.
Oh
What you want to
yeah,
do
I
is
see.
yes, yes, sir. You want to
Okay.
build a mill right next to those.
Okay. So take one of my settlers and build a mill.
Build a mill right next to those.
Okay. Should I be pumping out villagers like as quick as possible or what?
Yeah, pump out a couple villagers. I'm not really focused on the build path to start right this second. I'm just kind of going over the different types of food.
I need to build more
So yes,
houses.
if this were a real game, you want to be pumping out villagers, you want to be building houses up right off the bat,
Right.
because you're probably going to be at your max capacity of population, so you're going to have to build a house
Oh, okay.
anyways.
I see that. It's up at the top left, blinking at me.
Yes,
Okay.
that's your population. Technically a resource, considering your army is a very valuable resource.
Gotcha.
And if you ever get stuck, if that number's blinking, technically your economy is at a standstill, so that's never a good thing.
Right.
Also, when you're building houses, you can hold shift and click and he'll build multiple houses. You'll start kind of a little build order for your
Oh,
villager.
that I didn't know.
So build a couple houses just for the sake of this, and pump out a couple more villagers. You should be able to handle it food-wise.
Okay.
Alright,
Okay. That's cool. I didn't
okay.
know you could shift
So,
click it.
recap. Food.
Right. Non.
Basically, you have herdable animals.
Right.
You have the
Non-renewable.
berry bushes.
No.
And then there's also fish, which are, if you build a dock, you can send fishing boats out to
Okay.
fish
Yeah, I see him. I see him jumping
from
out of
the
the water.
obvious jumping fish.
We also got
And
wild boar and deer, right?
Correct. Those are hunting animals. Those are hunted animals. Also a non-renewable resource. You cannot live off the game by those. Those actually have the fastest gathering rate.
Mm-hmm.
Villagers gather fastest from those animals, but it's also hard to get them kind of near your mill or your town center for easy harvesting.
Okay.
If you can take, let's say 3, 4, 5, grab 5 villagers and bring them by your town center.
5 villagers. I got 4.
Just grab all the villagers you have.
Okay.
Now usually, what you do is take 1 villager and send him out to your boar. There should be a boar around you somewhere.
There is.
Okay, send a villager out to that boar. You're going to want to shoot that boar once or twice.
And they do
and
that
make it
automatically?
follow you. If you click on it, attack it. You're going to basically want to click. The boar should start attacking you. It's going to run past you. Click for your villager to run far past your town center.
Okay.
Mine's going to die because I misclicked, but bring that boar by all your villagers, by the town center, and then sick all your villagers on the boar.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And, I was sloppy in mine, but that work for you?
Yes. I mean, he's not...
Lose a villager?
I did. I lost 1.
So did I. That happens sometimes, man. It's kind of a technique you got to practice. I'm rusty with it too.
Do villagers regain health?
Villagers do not regain health unless you have a monk. They will not regain health.
Okay.
So, herdable animals, berry bushes, fishing, which also your villagers can fish off shore if the fish are close enough. Your villagers can walk right up the shore and fish.
Okay.
So, fishing, hunted animals, and then I think the last source of food is the market. Obviously, you can buy food if you have enough gold. You can buy food.
What about bamboo and forest tree? That's wood. That's wood.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And speaking of wood, nice little segue there for me.
Thank you.
Wood is the easiest thing. It's obviously all around you. All you have to do is build a lumber mill, which if you have a villager selected, you can use the hotkey A.
Yeah.
And then for the lumber mill, the hotkey is R. So all you gotta do is press A and R when you have a villager selected.
A and then R?
Yes.
Not enough wood.
I ran into the same exact issue. So I sicked a couple villagers on my local trees around my town center.
Okay. So I'm gonna take
basically all you want to do is just build a lumber mill right up alongside a nice portion of forest, and your villagers will handle the rest. They're gonna chop it down, they'll take it there. And much like the mill, there's gonna be upgrades at your lumber mill.
Okay.
Okay, that's easy. Wood, super easy. You just send a bunch of villagers on it. Another thing with food is farms, which cost a lot of wood. Farms are the only renewable food resource. So farms, you will end up having a ton of farms by the end of the game. And to sustain a ton of farms, you need a ton of woodcutters.
Okay.
So send them off, send them cutting wood. That's going to actually help your food game later. Alright?
Okay.
How you doing over there?
I'm doing alright. Doing alright.
Okay.
Got my
Good.
villagers chopping down some trees for wood.
I see them back behind the woods there.
I got 2 going to pick up some berries, and then I got my scout just chilling out front.
Okay, good. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay.
Now, that covers food, and that covers wood.
Alright.
Right? Do you have any questions about either or?
No, I mean, it makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay.
What about stone?
Okay. Stone is probably the least priority resource,
Okay.
depending situationally on how you're doing.
So
What you want to be doing is, if you have to build a lot of defenses, that's pretty much what stone's primary use is. It's building walls, castles, guard towers, defenses, which you do need. So.
But you're not gonna start your game and go straight for a stone like
No.
a mine.
No, when you start your game, you want to try to get enough food to keep pumping out villagers, and then you also want to go from food to wood, and then you
Okay.
want to branch out from food to wood to gold.
Okay, so
Is
gold's the next resource to try and
Gold is
grab.
the next resource. Stone, like I was saying, is just simply defensive. Stone is just straight defensive. And then the
Okay.
next thing you want to do is you want to, later in the game, you're going to have to buy military units and upgrades, the most of which are going to cost you gold.
Okay.
And much like stone, there's not a lot of gold on maps usually. There's veins. Every so often, there's just enough for both players to survive for a little while.
Gotcha. And that's a non-renewable resource as well.
Correct. Much
Okay.
like stone, much like everything,
Other
technically
than a
everything's
farm?
non-renewable at some point. If you
Right.
chop all the trees down on the map, you will be able to make a farm.
Okay.
The odds of that happening is so slim.
Gotcha.
So that's pretty much what gold is. You just want to build a gold mine, a mining camp right next to the gold veins themselves.
Right.
Same as what you want to do with stone.
Okay.
And depending on your economy size, you want to, managing your villagers on lumber, food, wood, and gold and all that. We'll do that at a later date. This is just a basic overlook at resources. So don't emulate exactly what you're seeing me do. I'm just kind of talking and throwing villagers around.
Sure. Sure. I think I've got
See,
a little bit of better idea than obviously when we started this on how to at least start your colony or your civilization, what to look for, steps to take to expand at a better, quicker rate, rather than going for
sure.
a resource like stone, which
There you go.
I think when we first played, I went for all the resources at once, and I didn't concentrate on just food or wood. I went for all the different resources, whatever was closest, which obviously is a bad idea, right?
Well, I mean, yes.
Y-
Yeah, you
to-
don't. If you're if you're investing in stone right off the bat, you're not going to have the resources to make villagers, which is going to set you behind.
Right.
Essentially, what you want to do is food, get a bunch of villagers out. The more villagers, the more resources. The more resources later converts to a better army
Okay.
and more upgrades for that army.
I got a question.
It all works on paper, but it's tough to manage when you got several villagers and different things going on.
Hey guys, first off, I want to thank Nuggleberries for taking the time to teach a noob like myself. I hope you enjoyed this brief tutorial on resources and early game strategy for the Age of Empires 2. Getting a good early start on the right foot is the key to gaining a competitive edge on your opponents. Next time, we'll learn about managing our citizens and properly dispersing them amongst the resources to gain even more of an advantage amongst other things. Stay tuned for more strategy and noob guides coming soon.